Yo, welcome to another episode of Voice of Brooklyn. I am your host, Skrilla Fresh. You already know what time it is. This is episode 42. I got a special guest in the building. What's your name?
Relly. You already know, man. What's up?
What's the word? Yo,
Holding, man.
You already know what it is. Yo, it's a pleasure having you on the show. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Niggas been doing their thing for mad long. Working, putting out mixtapes, albums, and all that.
Man, cut the bullshit, nigga. I know you, nigga.
That's a fact.
I know you.
But this is what we gonna do though. We gonna go back. We gonna go back to the beginning because I know you rep Brooklyn and Queens. You know what I'm saying? So where you from originally?
Originally born in Brooklyn, man. I was born in Interfaith.
Okay.
Interfaith Hospital in Atlantic.
All right, yeah. All right, that's what it is. Yeah, that hospital dirt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I made it out of that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, boy.
Nah, real shit though. But yeah, man, we met in high school and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Franklin K. Lane. You know what I'm saying? Alumni. You already know we in the building. Whole squad in the building. Shout out to my man Sean John in the building. You know what I mean? Chief Money in the building. Shout out to Originel in the building too, man. Word, yeah. we all here, man. You know what I mean? It's family, crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, talk about the early days, man, when you like before you started rapping, cause you was dancing. You started off dancing.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I forgot you really know me, son. That's
that's
crazy.
a fact.
Some narwhal shit. I mean, yeah, like you said, born in Brooklyn, moved to Queens early, and still going to school in Brooklyn, back and forth Queens, Brooklyn, back and forth. And high school, I started dancing. I think I started dancing like probably in junior high school though, but like in high school that shit was lit. Like Flex in Brooklyn, Brook up in all that Hyperactive. Shout out to Hyperactive. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of that shit going on, and I was killing niggas straight up on the J train.
Yeah, I remember that back in the days.
Killing
man,
niggas on the way to the junction and getting to the junction and killing niggas in the junction.
Yeah, so when did you transfer to like when did you cross over rather to like doing music? Cause I know when you started rapping, you know what I mean. You know how it go in high school when you at the lunch tables and you know what I mean. Niggas is beatboxing on the tables and shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like my second or third year, maybe second year of high school, I transitioned because the dancing shit was cool, but then I don't know, it was like something about, I just had something to prove because I remember being in a cypher one time and nigga tried to play me like on some like you ain't got it, like niggas playing like hard ass beats and then put like some Bow Wow Puppy Love beat on for me, and I was like, yo bro, what the fuck? You like, nah, you ain't ready yet. So then kind of just like transition. My man Money, Mr. Money, Chief Money, that nigga's like, yo nigga stop playing, like really take this shit serious. And I just started dumbing out after that. Going to 42nd, battling niggas and taking heads off.
Yeah, I remember that back in the days. That's when you had to like really have like at least
nigga had to really be ready, my nigga. Ain't no preparation, ain't no preparation, or I know who I'm battling 2 months before and I know what that nigga did 5 months ago. It was none of that. It was like, yo, who rap? Rap now. That's what it was. That's it. And that's all it was. And start wilding. That's it. Run down on everybody, anywhere, any block, any hood. We coming. Pause. I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. So coming from that culture of hip hop, battling in the streets and shit like that, 42nd, you know what I mean, regular shit on your block and all of that.
I used to go to niggas' blocks, niggas the hood, niggas projects, nigga everything.
Yeah. Why you never jumped into battle rap, like as far as like smacking them, like RBE shit like that? Like why you never jumped into that?
My personal reason was I feel like when I was battling at that time and shit, battle rap wasn't as big, right? It was more of a stigma, right? Oh, battle rappers can't transition to the whole song shit and make records and everything like that. So I kind of strayed away from it. It wasn't as big as it is right now. right? So for me, it was like I want to get paid off this shit long term. So like publishing, all that other shit, I wanted to make records and like really have my music on the radio and all that. Besides, battle, because even like shout out to all the battle rappers out there, but even with they not getting played on the radio like that. But they still got a crazy fan base, so it's not taking nothing from them because I like to dance. I want people to hear my shit when they getting ready to go to the club, when they driving. That's what my thing is. I want to make feel good music and shit. So that's kind of why I didn't like go that route. But I could have.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk about you was one of the last. No, before I ask you that, I'm a get to something else before that. Right? Terror Dome. The era of Terror Dome.
Terror Dome was different.
Terror Dome was different.
Yeah, talk a lot about of people don't know about Terror Dome. Terror Dome was like a studio in my hood in Queens and shit, Richmond Hill and all that, and South Jamaica, and they basically took me in as like little bro type shit, and there was a lot of older cats and shit. Shout out to the whole Terror Dome, man. Like they studio was like elite in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Crisco had the studio, and in the back of my man Reap Crib, RP Reap. You know what I'm saying? And
definitely.
I remember the first day I went to the studio, I called the bros like Chief and E. I'm like, yo, there's a studio in my hood and I want to go record, and nigga, let's go. Niggas pulled up and it was history. Like niggas is dead. But that was a different kind of studio. I don't think anybody could just go back there, honestly. So
the time was different. I remember being in a lot of those sessions and shit like that. Like it was epic.
Terror Dome molded me for a lot of shit though, cause like I got my work ethic being in Terror Dome, cause I was like everybody was in a different shit, you know what I'm saying? But I was kind of like the youngin', ready to go, and like I spent a lot of nights beefing my parents, getting kicked out the crib. I slept back there.
Yeah.
I used to, you know what I'm saying, I'd go to the store for money if niggas had me back there like broke. Yo, y'all want me to go to the store? Niggas keep me out of trouble, not doing dickhead shit. Like, we was doing a lot of dickhead shit. So it was like, yo, sit your ass down, and I was recording a lot. So it was like I had a key being there day and night, all day, all night for winters, just not going to school, just going back there. And it was, you know what I'm saying? My work ethic got up like that.
So was Terror Dome the birth of TFB? Or was it with Smoove? DJ Smoove. Shout out to him too.
The birth of TFB was really in Lane. It was kind of like the same era though.
Like simultaneously, right?
Yes, it was kind of like the same era. Like it wasn't TFB at first. It was the Future. That was me, Chief, and E.
Yeah.
And then E started doing his own thing, and we ain't want to keep the name going because, you know what I'm saying? We ain't want to keep the name going because one of the founding members is not around. He doing his own thing, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of just put the boys on the end of that shit and like kept the ball rolling. But nah, it was around the same time though. Cause even people in Terror Dome was rapping the Future at the same time and shit. So
okay. And why is it that TFB only had one mixtape? Like, you know what I mean? Because back then I was looking for the album, but you know what I mean? We only got the one mixtape, but then it's like after that everybody kind of separated a little bit. Can you explain what happened at that time?
We was bozos. That's why. Wasn't ready. Didn't see it. Didn't, you know what I'm saying? Work ethic wasn't, niggas was getting a little buzz. Niggas wanted to have fun. It is what it is. There's no way around it. Like, it was bozos. We ain't take advantage of the opportunity.
So what would you do different? What would you do different now? Like now that you know better, like what would you do different then? You know what I'm saying? Opposed to what niggas did back in the days.
Bark on my friends and fight them. And tell them niggas get in the studio and, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. But, it is what it is. It's a lot of different elements, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to say I was 100% serious too. I had shit going on too. But, a lot of it was the work ethic because we was building a little buzz and they was fucking with us. But when you look at hindsight and you zoom out, the buzz was only like in one section. Yeah. It wasn't really like, it was like cool in our area in Brooklyn and certain parts of Brooklyn, but if you really look at it, like hindsight, you zoom out, like everything is different now, right? The internet is bigger now. Like that was like the beginning of the internet. Like our biggest song was the Put It On Twitter song, and that was in fucking 2009 going to 2010. 14,000 on the come out. Like, oh shit, niggas, oh, we got 14,000 through niggas playing in the club. Nigga, we lit. It's not true. Like, 14,000 now ain't shit compared to what
that was the biggest video to come out of TFB.
That was like the only video to come out of TFB, to be honest, man. It's the only video. The other shit was like freestyle videos. We never like did a original song video after that.
Yeah, no, you know that's crazy, bro.
Like, think about it.
Dudes never really did.
That's it.
Dudes never really did another like original song, and that.
No, we had original songs. We had bangers, but we never did a video after that.
Dudes had a lot of bangers, a lot, but that was the only single, and then after that, it was like everything.
Nah, we put Club on Tilt after that, but
it was no video for Club on Tilt.
It wasn't no videos. It wasn't like that's when, you know what I'm saying, the put on Twitter got niggas kind of hype. You know what I'm saying, and shit just started going like that.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I think it would have been different if we would have came out in this era with all of the new information that we have now, as far as like how to use the internet and, you know what I'm saying, how to promote to people and all of the different vices that we have now. I think it would have been different, you know. So, but I mean, you live and you learn. So, you know,
it probably would have been different. But if we was focused, like we had mentorship, RRP, Scratch, you know what I'm saying, Scritty Scratch, you try to do the best he can, and he kind of told niggas early in the game, like even when we first had the conversation, like, you sure you want to do some group shit? I'm like, yeah, nigga, we is group. That's it. That's what we doing. And he was like, all right, yo, when it come to group, this shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how important was he to the group, to TFB? Like, how important?
Scratch?
Yeah, how important was he?
Scratch was like the glue a lot of times, because not for nothing, Scratch was like the only nigga that could probably get everybody in the same room. Like, your niggas would call each other and he's like, yeah, I'm coming. And not, you know what I'm saying? And then Scratch made the call like, yo, you know, we gotta, it's a lot going on and we gotta, you know what I'm saying? And niggas would show up for Scratch because that nigga Scratch called and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he was like the glue, because like we was still young in the making, like we early 20s, and it's lit outside, like 22, 23. And, you know what I'm saying? Twitter just came out. Smoove on the Twitter shit hard. Like, I just be having the ideas, bro. Like, I let the ideas flow. We all got ideas, but like I be kind of like nitpicking that shit. Like, see something and like latch onto that shit right now. Like, all right, yo, that shit popping right now. Let's just do something for that right now. But Scratch was like really the glue. Like, he, you know what I'm saying? Because we looked at him like a mentor.
Yeah.
So like more than anything, and we all had separate relationships with him prior to us being a group. Like, he didn't even know who the group was. Like, I called him and told him to pull up, like, yo, because he was working with me for like months before that. And then like, you know, he got sick, and he kind of he got sick and he had to fall back, get his health right. So when he finally hit my phone back, he's like, yo, I got your message, whatever, what you doing, what you been on? And I'm like, yo, he's on some group shit right now. He like, group? He's like, yo. I'm like, yo, coming to my man, da-da-da-da. And then when he got there, he just started laughing like, yo, this is crazy. Because he knew Smoove working in the record shop, Q working in the sneaker store, whatever. Chief growing up in Cyprus, a little small, and then he met me through his son, Kyoko. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he knew everybody in the room, and he was just like, yo, so we doing? I'm like, yeah, nigga, we lit. Nigga, let's go.
So it was more like believed. A family thing. Yeah, it was a family thing.
It just, but he believed, and, you know, we started rolling.
So his passing, right? How did because I remember the call. We got the call early in the morning. Like, how did you take his passing, and what did that mean to the group? To the group, like, how did that affect the group once everybody got confirmation? Like that, like, this is what it is.
I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for me that shit kind of hit me hard. I'm trying not to get emotional right now. That shit kind of hit me. That shit hit me hard because it was like I was with him the week before, like on a Wednesday. So the crazy part is I had just won 106 in Park like April 6th. I just took the whole shit, right? And the nigga never came to no battle except my last one. Like when I like every win, that nigga did not show up. And then the last one, he's like, yo, we here. And I was like, oh shit, niggas here. I bet. And I remember when I was in battle mode, I kind of like stopped doing everything else. So like I wouldn't record, I wouldn't do shows. I just like zero focus. I didn't want to lose. And I felt like any distraction could like drop the ball. Like niggas start to get comfortable with shit. And it's like, that's something I would change too. But people start getting comfortable with shit. And it's like, nah, you get comfortable and then you drop the ball. So I kind of just like stopped doing everything. Like, yo, if I'm battling, all I'm doing is battling. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to do no shows. I don't want to do no features. I don't want to do nothing. Now, I don't want to go outside. Like, I'm locked in. So, as soon as I won the battle, I started working on the mixtape, like, immediately. Like, all right, boom, battle done. Buzz still going. Mixtape, we dropping now. Like, so I went to the studio with him, like, that Wednesday, and I didn't see him for a week. Like, he used to work at night with the MTA and shit. So I called him and talked to him during the day, but I know at work he was at night. And then Smoove just called me like one day. I feel like it was a week later from the last time I was in the studio. And nigga on the phone like mad early in the morning. I'm like, yo, what up? He like, yo, he gone. I'm like, nigga, who? He's like, he gone, scratch gone. I'm like, what? Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? And then he was like, you know what I'm saying? I just broke down. I'm like, damn, you fucking serious. It just felt like the one person that like was there and like ready to really pull us right? And showed us and shit like that. He was just like, nigga was gone, man. And R.I.P. Scratch, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Scratch, man. Word. He definitely was a legend in the game. You know,
East New York legend too.
East New York legend. You know what I mean? He had a He was there early in hip hop, you know what I mean? And he's responsible for a lot of people's success, you know what I'm saying? So RIP to him, you know what I'm saying?
Put me on Video Music Box for the first time.
That's a fact.
Crazy.
But you brought up 106 in Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you won 106 in Park, but that wasn't your only time you was on 106 in Park.
No, I lost first.
You lost first. Talk about that. What happened the first time?
Took a big ass L to some whack nigga too. If you listening, nigga, you still corny. That nigga's whack. I was mad as fuck. But nah, the first time
what happened?
I just wasn't ready. I was ready, but I wasn't ready because I was coming straight off like the block rap. When I say the block rap, the camera in your face, you can say whatever you want to say. Fucking suck my dick on camera and you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can say whatever you want to say. It's just the camera in your face rap. I was coming from that. And this is like more professional. This is like 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Put on the show. Red lights. And you can't curse. And you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the thing was, with my shit was like, this is my first time like really being on like a national TV situation. And I got hyped. That's what it was. I got hyped. So like every time like I said something and the crowd responded, I kind of stopped like, oh, y'all like that shit? And they kept going. So they said I lost by default. Like son was just going straight through and I kept stopping and shit. Cause like every punchline, everybody, oh, then I stop and I go again. And you know what I'm saying, luckily it wasn't for no championship. It was really for like a free phone or some shit at the time. Like, and I was like, I kind of went back to the block and that shit got me focused with the TFB shit, cause niggas was like, yo, nigga, how you go up there and lose, son? Like, you be doing all this outside, how you go up there and lose? And I just looked at that shit like a sign from God, like, yo, get focused on this and stop worrying about that. So, like, I stopped battle rapping and started recording songs.
Yeah. So
right after that, like, it's over. I ain't doing this shit no more.
So that was So that was right after you won the second time you was on it, because you went back-to-back years, right?
Nah, like the first time was probably like in 2008.
So when was the second time?
The first time was like 2008. Like it was just like I remember we still had a house phone. Like I came from outside. My mom was like, yo, somebody from BET just called you. I said, what? BET? I was like, oh shit. Called it back. And he was like, yeah, you want to come up here and do a one-off? And it was like 2008. I went back in 2000. I was on TV again in 2011, the end of 2011.
Okay, so it was 3 years later.
Yeah, roughly around 3 years. Because right after that, I started recording songs. Then
so what changed in those 3 years? Because like you said, like, you know, you was like looking at the crowd every time they responded to you or whatever. So was you way more focused this time around and you knew what to expect your second time around?
I probably got used to crowd because right after that, it was like we started getting song mode. So now we doing shows. We outside more.
And this is TFB you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. So like right after that, it was like started recording my songs. Then we did the TFB era. That was like 2009 going into 2010. 2010, we started kind of like going our separate ways. The group never really broke up. Like we just like started doing other shit. And at the same time, I started working on my solo like mixtapes and stuff. And right after that, I think I dropped my bipolar mixtape in like 2011, and then the end of 2011 was when I went on 106 Park.
Okay, and you one of, I believe, is about like 5 artists that won every battle almost unanimously. Like
my shit was unanimous. It was only one person that picked it.
It was only one person. It was only one battle where they went for the other person. But so
it was 2 against 1. That was corny. We was cornball for that.
Yeah, so
he know it wasn't. I don't even think he was really paying attention.
Yeah, so
I look at highlights. Man.
Not only that, you almost went through a clean sweep, in the 106 and Park. Battle rapping, right?
It was a clean sweep, son. It was a clean sweep. I didn't lose.
I know it was a clean sweep, but not only that, you was one of the very last to win 106 and Park.
Somebody will tell my daughter, your pops is on 106 Park, and he won until the blonde boy came. What are you talking about, nigga? Bro, what are you really talking about? Like, no, we ain't even never battled, but. Yeah, nah.
What would have happened if y'all would have battled?
I would have won still.
Facts.
I would have won still. But nah, shout out to him. You gotta have that confidence. But it should be lopsided sometimes, and it is what it is. But that's how I feel.
So talk about what life was like after 106 and Park, and you got all of this national attention, and you dropped your mixtape right after that, like fresh off the win.
I dropped the second.
The second mixtape.
You dropped the second mixtape. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. It was kind of rough, honestly, because it was like it was a gift and a curse. Because you got the buzz, but then it was like shit started happening. My manager just died. What am I supposed to do after that?
Yeah,
like the focus is not even the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Like you win the biggest thing ever, and it's like, all right, this is what's gonna get it lit. We getting numbers, and we focusing on everything, and we back in the studio, we doing features and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting paid for features at the time, but then manager passed away. Like my focus is not even there no more. Like it's there, but it's kind of like, bro, like what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like a gift and a curse, because at the same time, like I'm still trying to do my thing. I'm just like not motivated as much, but I got a stigma on me because at the time they still like, yo, but you a battle rapper. Like I met music execs like still going, like I was still on TV for like maybe a whole nother year after that. Like BT was calling me to do like segments and stuff like that, and performed on BT and all that. But I remember them introducing me like big label execs, Warner Brother, Universal, like big execs, and they told them who I was, and the first thing they said was, "Oh, but you a battle rapper?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. Like I can, but I make music." And all right, yeah, let me hear something, and it just like the conversations go dry. So it's kind of like a gift and a curse.
So the stigma was you was a battle rapper, and that's all you do is battle rap, and they didn't know you for making songs.
I wouldn't say it was a stigma, because at the time you got to think about how many people like really won and got deals and like couldn't like perform after the deal came.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because my whole thing is like, I feel like I went when it was a dry spell, right? Like people probably wasn't even paying attention to it at much. Like the internet is rolling now. It's like coming. Like it's full fledged, so people like watching TV, but not as much as they used to. So even when I got there, it was like a breath of fresh air, but it kind of was a shock because they looking like, oh, we got one. Like, oh, finally we got somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it was a gift and a curse. It was cool though. Afterwards, real popular. You know what I'm saying? We outside, popular outside.
Okay.
People following us around the supermarket.
Oh yeah. What was that like? Because I know
it was stupid.
Like I know a lot of people was like, yo, you was the dude on 106 in Park. I know a lot of that was happening.
It was all that. It was, yo, bro, I ain't see you in a minute, so we got to link up. It was a lot of that phony shit.
A lot of the fake shit, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of, girls that didn't want to holler. It was a lot of corny shit in the mix of that, but
yeah,
it was cool. But it was just like, it was shit that you got to get ready for. Like,
yeah,
this shit ain't, it's coming quick, pause. Like, it's like, yo, you better be ready for it because...
Yeah, but how do you separate the two, though? Like, how do you differentiate, like, I know they not really on it. Like, they on some bullshit. They on some fake shit. But these people
you low-key got to get paranoid. All jokes aside. You low-key got to get paranoid because it's like...
Explain what that means to the people.
You gotta, like, watch out for yourself because it's going to be so much fake shit going on that you kind of... In order for you to weed it out, you kind of just got to be super on point.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, nah, I'm good. We ain't chill all this time. I don't need to chill with you now. What? Phony. You know what I'm saying? Even girls. You know what I'm saying? Girls wouldn't take, if you cut through the...
Yeah.
If you cut through the shot, like, what? All right, what you saying? Yeah. But, you know, you got to low-key get paranoid.
Yeah,
but it prepares you. It prepares you for like if, say I get famous tomorrow for a song, I kind of already know the feeling already.
Yeah.
Like for some people, they wouldn't know how to react. I kind of know how to react already because I already seen it. I seen like one day you just on a block and then the next day you're on TV and they kind of like billboard in your face everywhere, like you everywhere, like they putting you on a pedestal and it's like now you low-key kind of famous to people because they never seen you and then now they see you on the street, it's like you're a celebrity to them. So I kind of get it, but you know everybody's celebrity now. So
with this new internet shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I feel like everybody want to be they're not celebrities, but everybody want to be celebrities and shit like that. That's why
niggas be celebrities where they from, bro. You got to think about it. I had a conversation about this the other day. I'm glad we talked about this, right? Like, now, if you look at a map and you zoom out on the map, right? New York City is lit, but we like a dot on the map. We're not even big as hell. Like, New York State is better than New York City. Like, they got New York State, and then it says New York City, right? We small as shit. A lot of these artists now, they coming from down south everywhere, and by the time you get one of them, they already got like 1 million followers, 600K. You like, yo, who the hell is this? Because we only think about New York shit, but they got a whole career where they from. Memphis, Louisiana, Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina. These people are already big as hell where they from. We just get one late. So it's like they are kind of famous. They just not famous to us.
Yeah. So how can New York artists get the region to back them? You know what I mean? How can we get them to support the artists and to where to Texas and Cali, we coming to them with 1 million followers. We coming to them with a big fan base. Like, how come it's like we the only ones that's not doing that? But Atlanta doing it, artists in Florida is doing it, Cali is doing it, Texas, like all of these people. Like, why is it that we can even Tennessee? Why is it that we can't do it? Like, why do you think that is?
Money on. Niggas ain't putting no bread behind it, so it's money, bro. Everything is money. Niggas, bro, trust me, bro. Look, when you look behind the scenes, a lot of shit is money. Like, a lot of shit is just pay for it. You got to run a bag up and pay for that exposure. That's what it is.
I think a lot of the young artists that's coming up, they don't necessarily understand that part of it. You have to have money to move around. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Most
like,
definitely.
Like you gotta have you gotta fund your situation. Like, you wanna move around to city to city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to have that paper to do that. But
and spending it the right places too.
Yeah. But you don't think that in New York, it's like every man for themselves. Because we could look at Atlanta. A lot of these rappers be in the studio together.
I feel like it's every man for themselves everywhere, to be honest, bro. Like, just because we don't know what they going through in Atlanta don't mean like these artists don't got problems with each other. Like, I don't feel like it's like as much camaraderie that everybody say it is. I just feel like it's a little more hush hush. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like I feel like it's every man for themselves everywhere, honestly. Like, I feel like people get cordial and people get cool with people, and, you know, they could work together, but I don't even think, even if they working together, I don't think, I'd rather his shit be bigger than, nah, we ain't even gonna say that. I'd rather his career be bigger than my career type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's like that. Like, every man for themselves at the end of the day, because we all gotta eat and we all got families to feed. Yeah. So if Joe Schmo from Harlem is popping and we cool, that don't mean I want Joe Schmo to have a bigger career than me. I'm gonna show love, like, nigga, it's all love, but nigga, I still gotta get my shit together, cause I got mouths to feed just like he got mouths to feed. But ain't no problems. But I feel like it's every man for themselves everywhere, bro. People just don't say it. Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying though. You don't think it'd be easier if everybody was more united? And I'm not saying like, if you from Harlem or Queens or Staten, wherever you from, I'm not saying all of a sudden we best friends and anything like that. I'm just talking about the support part of it. Like, if we all support everybody and we show a united front of like, yo, this is New York, like this is us. Like, we got people from different regions. Like, we may not be cool like that talking every single day. We may not be friends, but we all promoting each other music. We all trying to see each other win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that
I'm all for the unity, bro. Like, I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you kind of piggyback off each other. But history just shows it'll never be like that. Even if we try the best. Look at the world, look at the country, look at America, look at China, it's never gonna be unity like that. Everybody's gonna always do for their people. But I love it. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to, fuck with each other. But you gotta be mindful and you gotta really
I mean, I look at it from a different perspective. Like, piggybacking off of what you said, like look at US, look at everything. Like, I'm looking at it, and the way y'all did it, it don't work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if the way y'all did it, if that don't work, let's try something different. And I think a lot of artists don't have that mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they see it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
One thing about me, I used to, and to this day, I do features with whoever. I'm with everything, right? I used to do it all the time. But you kind of see, like, for instance, I do a feature with you, right? And then I might be, let's do it. Let's do this. And then when it's time to do videos and stuff and shows, and your energy change. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you kind of doing the shit by yourself, me by myself. But it's no love lost. It's just that you got to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? But the unity is still there, but it's still kind of like you got to look out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, it is what it is, man. I love the unity, but people will never be unified.
All right. So, do you think that the rap game, as far as we only talking about New York now, like, we're not talking about no other place. Like, do you think like that's the reason why it's kind of like stagnant now? Because we have artists in New York, but we don't have a lot of them like how we used to have in the 90s. Like, the 90s, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of artists. Like, think about it. You had Big, the whole Bad Boy thing, Mason on Little Kim. A lot of people don't realize Tupac is really from Harlem. Like, you know what I'm saying? The reason why he started repping the West Coast is because he got locked up.
And they embraced him. They brung him in.
And Suge got him out, and they embraced him and told the judge, like, yo, we hold him down or whatever. But Tupac is really from New York.
He's definitely in New York. I always hear stories about Tupac.
You have the whole Queens. You have Nas, Noriega, all of them. You AZ, you know what I'm saying? You have a whole bunch of artists back in the days in the 90s. And I know I'm forgetting a few, but I mentioned those few just to say, like, back then it was a lot more. And now you only have about, like, maybe 3 or 4 that's like real big in the game right now?
I agree, and I disagree at the same time because I feel like New York actually got a lot of artists, and there's a lot of artists from New York popping. But maybe if you meaning on a national scale, it's probably a little different. But if you from the town, like you'll see like a lot of people is popping from the town. It's like you gotta think about it. It's like it's an artist on every other corner now.
Yeah,
it's like before it wasn't like that. Now it's like people were becoming overnight success in their room. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like New York got a lot of artists, and there's a lot of popping artists from New York. And yeah. I just feel like New York is just small, so we gonna. It's not gonna be like I told you, like down south. Like down south is way bigger than the tri-state area. So the tri-state area, you probably got Jersey, Connecticut, possibly. I don't even think Delaware is in this shit, but like you know what I'm saying. Like it's close, but it ain't that close. But like
I don't think
Connecticut, Jersey, New York, maybe upstate New York. That's not even tri-state, but. Tri-state area,
yeah,
you kind of hear what's going on in the tri-state area because it's like that. Now, down south, they got way more regions. They got Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, fucking
Houston,
Alabama.
You even got
they even consider
Virginia,
that's what I said. They even consider Virginia, not J. Cole, North Carolina.
Yeah,
but like
that's right.
Right. They even consider Virginia because DMV is what's that? Maryland.
That's
Virginia. And,
that's all of them down there.
Yeah, Washington and shit. But you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
so
that's the DMV district.
Even though it's like a 3-hour away trip or 4-hour away trip, that's still not considered tri-state.
Yeah,
and let's call a spade a spade. If people even listen to the radio, because I don't even think as much people listen to the radio no more. You know what I'm saying? But even people that listen to the radio, it's like we got iHeart, but who's like really downloading the iHeart app to listen to the radio? So they hearing whatever their town is playing. If you in the club and the DJ is playing you and that same DJ is on the radio and you getting love down south, you spinning down south because it's a bigger region. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but New York got a lot of artists, man. Shout out to all artists in New York, man.
Yeah. Do you think New York lost its sound?
It's a good question. It all depends, like, what do you consider a New York sound? Because if hip-hop is a New York sound, like boom bap, yeah, elevated. Because that's what they would call a New York sound because hip-hop started in New York. So gradually, like all this music was sounding like that.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like from the very beginning. I'm talking about what you just said, right? I'm referring to what you just said, like when music elevated and right. They started talking about our neighborhoods and where we come from and the struggles that we was going through. I'm not talking about back in the 70s when they was like, yeah.
No, I get it. So
on that.
What,
I'm not talking
what
about like
is
that.
the New York sound though?
The New York sound, it's elevated from the boom bap, right? Like it's elevated from that. But then we still have it, like flows, the cadence, the way we talk, like because for a long period of time, we was considered the slickest talkers. Us in Detroit was considered the slickest talkers in the world, like the way we talk, like you know what I'm saying, like just our energy.
That's when the world looked big. The world looks small as shit right now with the internet. Cause you could get cool with somebody in Africa and
everybody have access to everything.
So before when it looked like this, it was like, oh, this kind of sound or this kind of sound, and then when that shit get tiny, it's like a melting pot of all kinds of sound. Right? Like shout out to ASAP. Look how ASAP Rocky sound. When he came out in New York, he was taking flows from Texas. He listening to Chop and Screwed and he doing all that, but they would consider him a New York artist, like because he repped Harlem. So he's repping where he's from, but he sounded like he's from over there, but it still worked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what is considered a New York sound. Like I feel like people consider a New York sound is whatever was going on in the 90s. Once they transitioned and they started sampling all them old school songs and everything, it stopped becoming a New York sound. Now it's just like a sound. Like it just, if it's hot, it's hot kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now, this is what I would say, right? As far as like the New York sound. I'm gonna give you like three people, three people, maybe four. But like I said, going back to what I said before, Pac is from Harlem, right? You got Nas from Queens, you got Jay-Z from Brooklyn, you got Biggie from Brooklyn. So that's 4 rappers, right? All of them is from New York, but they sound completely different. Like if you really sit down and analyze the way Pac rap, he didn't sound like nobody from the West Coast because he don't talk they slang. You see what I'm saying? He don't talk they slang. When he got out of jail, he went over there. It's no way in hell he could have learned they slang in 2 months, and all of a sudden his whole lingo is that.
Not saying he learned they slang, but he definitely learned their culture.
He learned their culture, correct. But what I'm saying is the way he rapped, if he wasn't repping the West Coast, right, as hard as he was, because for a long period of time, people thought he was from the West Coast. And it's like, no, he's not.
That's because he repped it. The way he started rapping it, he repped it like he was from there.
Now, let me give you this, right? If he was repping New York and where he's from, you would be like, okay, that's how New York sound. But then when you hear Nas, it's like, well, Nas don't sound like Pac, and he's from New York. Jay-Z don't sound like Nas, and he's from New York. Biggie
you would say Nas don't sound like Pac, but the first thing Pac said is, little nigga Nas think he loud like me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He thinking Nas want to be like him. And then you got to think about when the West Coast adopted Pac, he started rapping on West Coast beats. So his sound shifted. So Brenda Got a Baby and fucking California Love sound like 2 different versions of Pac.
No, yeah, yo. California Love sound like
he's talking. He Cali, out on bells, went out of jail, California Dream. Like he's flowing, but like his sound on Brenda's Got or Keep Your Head Up and all that shit is a different kind of sound.
He put that New York shit on it though, like that flow.
Yeah,
that flow.
And what Big do? Big get on Bone Thug beat and start wilding,
going crazy.
First time ever. Nobody was ready for it. He coming that shit. Oh man, dangerous. Ain't too many. He still sound like he from New York though, but he just
he switched up the flow. Yeah.
He took they shit and made it sound good.
Yeah. So that's
what New York do. We take niggas shit and make it sound better.
so that's the New York sound. And like
New York sound is whatever you sound like. We gonna sound better. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But
respectfully.
So right now with this the new age of hip hop, like where you see hip hop going in the next 10, 15 years, like with all of the new talent that they have.
Bro, you know what I was listening to today? What? I was listening to Punjabi hip hop today. All day. Okay. I saw one clip of some dude with a brown coat wilding. He was going in. And that shit made me get on a rabbit hole going down and just listening to Punjabi hip hop. So hip hop is gonna go way further than whatever Bro, hip hop is the biggest genre of music in the world. From the Bronx, these niggas in a park in the Bronx rhyming over the break part of a R&B beat. It's an R&B song, and they just in the park letting that shit flow, and they MCing hip hop. Yeah, that shit turned into. I just seen an Asian dude rapping talking about something. She wanna suck me because I'm Asian. Some shit he talking about. You know what I'm saying, it's just like, yo, bro, hip hop is gonna be. I don't know where it's gonna be in the next 10 years, but I don't know it's gonna get bigger than what it is right now. But how can you get bigger than this?
Yeah. So you don't think these other places, and I'm not saying they are, but you don't feel like these other places is making like a mockery of our culture?
No.
Because
I think they embracing it.
Okay.
I think they embracing it and just they can't do it like us, so they got to do it like them. And they changing the whole aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
But here's where I would give a little pushback, right? Because nobody, and I could be wrong, right? But I doubt it. Nobody in China is living like us, like coming from where we come from in the hood. Like our poverty is different from their poverty. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they don't have it over there, but their poverty is different from our poverty. Just like any other nationality, like every ethnic group of people have poverty, and it's not it's not the same. It's not what we going through. So when you sound like us and you talking about poverty shit, that's where I kind of get like, I don't know.
You know what's crazy to me? I feel like other places poverty is worse than our shit.
No, I can believe that.
Like our poverty is bad. Like considered of where we from. Like you might have came up on in a projects. Your moms might have been on crack at a certain time of your life. Like all this shit is like, you know what I'm saying? These people be living in dirt roads, bro.
Yeah.
Like they be living in shacks. Like
yeah.
Like no roof.
I'm not saying our living conditions is
I'm
like
just saying
way better. Or
I'm just saying like so who to say what poverty is for somebody else, right? So they poverty is a little bit different, but like I said, they taking our culture and just like expressing themselves the way they can express it, because they can't do it. Like they might not be able to say, I don't know why this coming to my head. My palms are sweaty, knees weak. I don't know whatever they can say, right? But yo, bro, I saw an Asian battle rap. I did not know what these niggas said, but the crowd did, and they was going crazy. And he said, "Bak, bak, bak, bak." I don't know. You saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, so who to say? You know what I'm saying,
bro?
And they towns, that's how they living over there. Like we got hammers over here, they got machetes over there, but it's like. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing. That's one thing I always heard people say. People say one thing people relate to is the ghetto because there's a ghetto everywhere in the world.
That's a fact. Everywhere. That's a fact.
So it might just be over there is a little bit different, but I feel like it's the same story.
Yeah.
Same story.
Now, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. You know I gotta ask you this, bro.
What?
How you feeling on the P. Diddy situation, bro?
Ain't none of my business. Ain't none of my business at all. You can't take I take that. You can't take what Puff did for the culture and Puff did for the sound in New York. You can't take his accolades away, but people like certain things behind closed doors, and that's their business.
Yeah. I want to be clear. I'm not laughing at
yo, it's not
Puff.
funny, son.
Yeah, because it's not funny. So I'm not
all.
laughing at him and the trials and tribulations that he's going through. Yeah. Now, allegedly, he's been accused of doing some horrendous things or whatever the case may be. So it's like people with you when you on the high, right? But then it's like when people start breaking you down and start tearing you down, it's like those same people that was with you on the high is with the people that's tearing you down now. Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think people flip-flop so easy when you was just like looked at as a superhero to the community, like as far as putting out music and things like that?
Because that's just people. People flip-flop. There's no other explanation than it's human being behavior. That's just what human beings do. When you up here and they down here, they want to get next to you. So they're gonna hooray, they're gonna do all that. But when you going down, nobody want to be part of that ship. They trying to get out the way because they don't want to sink with you.
Yeah.
That's what humans do.
It's like they try to do the same thing to Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Back in the early 90s.
They're going to do it to everybody.
But, the people came out a couple years ago and said that everything was a lie. Our parents made us do it. So the reason why I bring that up, because
that money on.
Yeah, like, so I don't know if that's Puff's case. I don't know if people just saying things. So that's what I'm saying. Allegedly, this is what they saying that he did or the things that he's involved in. So I don't necessarily know, but what we do know is Kelly had went down for something very similar. Like why do you think these moguls, man? Why do you think these moguls go demons, down? Man. For this crazy shit,
it just
like
be
that.
what they going down for that people would just be like, huh, dumb, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got, you know what I'm saying? Everybody behind closed doors, man. That's why they say what you do in the dark gonna come out in the light. So everybody, people get mad, bro. It's like snitches, right? Like people that tell on they friend or tell on certain things. They get mad or they don't want to face consequences. Unfortunately, in this, situation is the money. People want bread. It's bad out here. People broke. So it's like if this man is like, yo, y'all could get a lawsuit. How much they just settle for? 30. Oh yeah, hell yeah, 30 M's. Records not selling. I ain't got rent due. Yeah, I was there.
So do you think that's the reason why all of these stories is coming out about him? Like now, like because before nobody wasn't saying anything before Cassie and whoever settled, nobody was saying anything. But once that settlement happened, and then people started, all of the footage started coming out. Not footage of him actually doing what they said he did, but
I think people was trying to say stuff, if allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I think people was maybe trying to, put their little 2 cents out, but money is power. You can't fight, you ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he could fight quick, put that bag up. It's different. So people wasn't like, people just cut ties and go about their business. But, that man know what he does, and
man,
that's the only person that can really tell the truth.
Yeah, man. I mean, with that situation, regarding that situation, I'm gonna just say this. I just hope everybody get what they deserve.
It's a situation, man.
It is. It's a weird situation. Like because I'm not. I'm not on nobody's side. Like, if you was a victim and that's your truth or whatever, allegedly, I hope everything that you need to happen to feel safe and whatever, I hope that happens for you.
What's the guy named Weinstein?
Yeah.
Bill Cosby?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of lawsuits done came out when people talking
Epstein,
about
all of them.
These females going broke. Yo, he did something to me. I need a check. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this situation is a little bit different. R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Surviving R. Kelly. They had a whole show called Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah, 2 shows. Crazy. They had 2 parts, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's a lot of things that's happening. I'm not gonna say it to be true or not because I'm not there or anything like that. But I just hope everybody come out of that situation on top. But before we get out of here, man, come on. Tell them what you got. Tell them what you got coming up for this year in 2024. Give them your Instagram handle. Tell them what you're working on. Everything that's going on with you right now.
2024, man. We got a lot of good things going on. I'm feeling like I want to sit behind a podcast mic too, man. It just feel good. But 2024, we got the clothing line going, courtesy of Kings. The value products did really well in the past couple of years. A lot of celebrities putting things on, so we're gonna keep going with the clothing line rolling. We got more music coming out. I'm debating if I want to just drop singles or EPs, but we working on that right now. Just dropped the It's a Bop, just dropped the Levitate. We doing styling, we doing media for people and brand constellate. You know what I'm trying to say, but it's a lot.
Okay.
2024 is a good year, man, and we're gonna keep it going for 2025.
Okay, give me your Instagram handle real quick.
We got something for you.
Good looking. Hold on.
Curtis 16. We don't jack, son.
Yeah, nah. This is fire. Hold on. I gotta show this to the camera, man.
We don't jack, son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good looking. So, this is hard. Or
but you can follow me at Never Lose Value because we're not losing none of it.
Facts. You know what I mean? So you already know. Follow my guy, Relly. This is my brother. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? He came through, show love, man. This was a good one.
I appreciate you for having me, man.
He got music on all platforms, man. He's still
all platforms. Stream him up. Stream him up.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure y'all check him out. You know what I mean? Go to his Instagram page and get more information on the clothing line and everything that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check him out. I am your host, Skrilla Fresh. You already know this is the voice of Brooklyn, man. And we out of here.
Let's get it.